I think I forgot to say it's an open panel. So maybe I should, let me see. How do you write open panel? It's an open panel. How do I edit this? Maybe on the goal. Yeah, pin the goal right here, open panel. I have to specify that it's an open panel. Request guest. Request as a guest. Request as a guest. This one we are editing. We're not doing this kind of thing again. Oh, it's a bird. Kanyoni kalidai. Nikawing kalitoka. A whole wing. Hii ilikuliwa na pusi. Otherwise ilienda aje bila wing. Hii ilikuliwa na pusi. It became food. Food for the pussycat. That's beautiful. Food for sparkles. Nataka kuniwekea hapo hiyo kanyoni nice. Umeniwekea feathers. Sintafly sana ukiniwekea hivyo. Wacha ikae hapo. Dead birds. So shout out to everyone in the space. Let me see. We have, is this too long? Just had my branch outside, of course. Too high. It's too high. Too low. Pin your goal. Cinema pin. Why is it so hard? Oh, and pin. Why is it so hard to me to use this? Miss Disho wakauga dayo Miss Disho. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I can't forgive. So, people have been asking questions on what happens when you die. And we have answered a lot of those questions. So now the question should be, how to die? So now the question should be, so how do we die now? Now that we know what happens when we die, should we know how to die? Is it good to know like how you are going to exit this world? Because there's a transformation. Okay. So how should you transform? When you go to a lot of African cultures, not just African cultures, people who seem to have known what they are doing, it is always seen like it's a beautiful thing when it's your time to leave this state of existence, of this realm of existence, because there's many realms of existences. You can see it around. You can see an ant in its own world. You can see animals in the forest in their own realms of existences. So now, when it comes to expiring or jumping into new states of awarenesses or life, you have seen instances where people, they are saying that they die in their old age. So he went to bed, he never got up. And people look at that like, oh my God, that's a good way to die. He died in his sleep. They will extend it and say, he felt no pain. It's like there's a beautiful way to die. So you find that they specify there's a way that if they die like that, they are happy. Unasikia mtu akisema, ai, alikufa kifo mzuri. Then there are some people, when it happens, they say, hey, alikufa kifo mbaya. Like, hey, siwezi taka kukufa hivyo. So the question is there a way to die? So how should you die? That is the question. How to die? To live and how to die? Garo yako gani dayo wa muthaka. Naona watu wameanza tapping the screen. Naona we already are done. And like I said, this is an open panel, meaning you can request to be a guest. I'm going to push this for 40 minutes only. I'm not gonna take it past cancer hour. Ndio maana nimeileta hour ya cancer, when the sun is in cancer or the fourth house. So I'm going to push this until midday. So let's do the Noah's flood ritual as we have a conversation about this. So if that is why people even talk about a deathbed. Why would they talk about a deathbed? It means you are dying lying down. The fact that they are talking of a bed means you are not dying on your feet. You are dying lying down. Okay, well, he is on his deathbed, meaning you are lying down somewhere, maybe with a warm glass of milk inside the forest so that they can find your body, maybe for some people. Some people should never be taken to the morgue for other reasons. Tutafika tu pole pole. So the best way to die is to die with no regret on your mind, no regret on your memory. Is to die with a smile. What do I mean? So it's when you're about to leave this world, when you look at everything you have done into the world, you may not have gotten it all, not look like how in the society's mind is supposed to look, but you give it your all. You did everything. When it comes to karmic debts and having regret on your shoulders, you did your best. You did your best to make peace with the people, places, and things that surround you, be they your parents, your relatives, people that you are related to at work, and things of those nature. So you find that you have no regret on your mind. So it is easier for you to incarnate instead of reincarnating. So it's easier for your spirit to go into new forms. So to incarnate means you are going into something new. You are going into a new form. You are going into a new way of existence. You are jumping into a new realm of existence where the only memory you are taking with you is the memory of where you are coming from. Okay? So there's a reason why you cannot remember your life before. Okay? So the reason why people even ask, so how comes I can't remember the life that I lived before? And shout out to the people who are sharing the live and sending their gift. I can see it, and people tapping the screen. So the reason why you cannot remember your previous life is because as a memory, as a spirit, whatever you are in a smaller mind, you are in a smaller body. So let's say, for example, before you jumped into the animal form, you are in a before you jumped into a animal form, maybe you are in an insect form or even something lower. So that means that whatever form you are in before was already very small-minded. It was a very small brain. Okay? So when you jumped into something new, let's say a human being body, human being, so now you are in a bigger memory, and so you cannot remember the small memory because that memory can only be held by that small container if you're following. So now the only thing you can remember in the big memory bank you have now as a human being is not what you used to do, but the energies that you experienced in that body, aka the same energy playing out differently in this life becomes things that you are familiar with. For example, the things you love doing, the things you don't like doing. So you can't remember what that thing was, but you can remember how it made you feel. So that becomes things you don't want to indulge in or things that you want to indulge in. So they show your experience as a spirit now in the vessel you are in right now. So that is why you cannot remember your life before, but you can remember the energies that you felt before. So this becomes things you gravitate towards. What do you like doing now? What don't you like doing? Because there are some things that you don't like doing naturally, and you don't even have to go through experience. Mtu anakuja na kuambia, hey boss, ukuje tutumie cocaine. By default, you don't even want to try. There are some people wakiambiwa hivyo, hey, let me wacha nijaribu hiyo cocaine isikie kama si poa nitaacha. But there are some people who they don't want to try anything. No matter what anakuambia hiyo hapana. Why? Because as a memory, they have already engaged in that energy, not that specific thing, but in that energy. So whatever effect or feeling you are getting out of that thing, because that is the most important thing. It's not what you do, it's how you do. It's what they can remember. You get it? That is what you can remember. That is what your being can, the energy it is. For example, if someone treats you in a negative way, okay? Two different people can treat you in a negative way. However, it's going to affect you differently depending on the memory you have around that thing. It's all about memory, baby. So the best way to die is to die with a smile on your face. You don't have a lot of regrets. You don't have a lot of undone things, whereby now, when you are dying, you are regretting and you want to come back. This morning I saw, there was a guy who was live on TikTok. I think his username is, I don't know, it's not just be free or something. He's a life coach on something. And alikuwa anaongea about venye mamake yako hospitali. So the mom is incoherent. So they went to the hospital last night, yeye, daughter yake na familia yake, to say goodbye to their mother. The mother is not yet dead, but she's on a deathbed. So they went, they told the doctors, we have come, we want to make peace with our mother, and we are saying our things with our mother. And then they told the doctors, after this, if she lapses, don't try to resuscitate her. Let her die. So the mother is holding on into a lot of things. And alikuwa anaongea tu vizuri sana akasema, I don't want your sympathy. I know a lot of you are going to give me kind ones, or your mother and everything. Akasema, hiyo yote nishajitayarisha, I know. However, I want to make it very clear to you that my mother is going through her karmic debt and everything. She's holding on to life because of all the things she has not done. So these are the people who will not die. Ushaiona mtu wako hospitali, ako ICU, anaenda na 14 million, anaacha ameuza shamba, those kind of spirits. So you be very careful with the kind of things you attach to, thinking that you are doing things for the cause. Na ukiangalia sana sana, all these people when wanakuanga so attached to their parents, when they are dying, they are willing to sell everything, hata wakuanga in a relationship, is just for show. Okay? So the best way to die is to die with a smile on your face, aka you do not have a lot of regrets. There's nothing like going to hell when you leave this world. The only hell you are going to go into will be when you get reincarnated into more hellish situations, aka now you have to come back and go through the same shit you went to, and even now it's even more dense. The world is even more tougher. I'll give you an example. We always say that during the old days, oh, back in the hippies, the 70s, life was so good. So we always look at the back like things were easy. Yes, it was easy, but even those days and those easy days, they still had their own responsibilities and terms and conditions they were going through. However, as the world moves, as the world evolves or changes, it is still the same energy, just much more tougher and indoctrinated. For example, back in the days, you'd move from Uganda, Tanzania, Egypt, wherever you wanted to go. There were now borders. Now we have borders. So you didn't need a passport. Now you need a passport. Okay? Now, you not only need a passport, you need a visa, you need nonsense put in your body, you need to obey in some terms and conditions. So it's still the same life, but now more dense, more trials and tribulations added. So when you reincarnate, you'll come back to a modern world, and it's even going to be even much more harder than before, aka the information now we are kicking now in the age of Aquarius, free esoteric information, will even be more suppressed. And you can see this because now when you're watching Facebook, even when you post something that has a fact, it's being suppressed. Unaona imeandikwa ati this had been checked by fact checkers. So who said that the fact checkers are true? Who said that these fact checkers hawa ndio ukweli, because there's nothing like truth in this world. There's some truth in every lie. So who are these fact checkers? So this is just showing you where we are going. There'll be even more suppression of information. There'll be more Fahrenheit 514, more banning of books. So though you think it's a modern world, it has its own trials and tribulations. For example, right now they are deleting a lot of things on Google. So it's Google Scholar, their world, but they are deleting a lot of information because they want you on their pharmacist boards, they want you taking their medication and vitu kaa hizo. So this is what I'm saying. So when you reincarnate, this is why we say you are going to hell. You are reincarnating into the same world, the same thing you are doing, but think about it like that. Think how hard it is right now for you, right now. Think how hard it is already right now for you to even know about your grandfather. Right now, think about your grandfather. Maybe he's dead, may he rest in peace or pieces or wherever. But already your mother, mnasumbukana na dowry, babako bado hajalipa dowry, mamako hajalipiwa dowry, you still have things in culture right now, they are still kusumbua. And it's only one generation or two generations. So now think about now, the children, your children now, when they need to find how to do these things or to overcome this, it's even going to be even 10 times harder. First, they have lost their language, their lingo, okay? So that culture is gone, eroded, whitewashed, aka it has been erased na vitu kaa hizo. So, the best way to die or how to die is to have less things on your mind, and the only things you should be having on your mind is more happy thoughts, lighter moments, so that when you incarnate, hopefully, because you're still coming back here, hopefully when you incarnate here, you incarnate into a family that has less trials and tribulations. So incarnate into a family that has hacked its way into life, so you become one of the Dangotes, one of those families. Like we have so many examples of being born in the right family, for lack of a better word. Instead of you coming back and you're still a slave, you're still in that slave mentality. You're still having your kamukonjis in town. You're still complaining about the government while you're not doing anything towards changing that. While it's very easy to change that, all you have to do is start growing your own food. Cha kukomplain maneno ya unga 300. Why should you buy a packet of unga for 300 shillings? Na muko na shamba nyumbani. Simushikane nyumbani mulime 2 acres na tractor muweke mulime kila mtu gunia kadhaa za mahindi. Then you take one gunia usiage mahindi ujiwekee nyumbani. Si maneno ya unga kukomplain imeisha. So we like complaining instead of taking action. Why do you have to complain about sugar? You don't have to take sugar. You can grow stevia, you can dry stevia, feed it. It will take you a few days to get used to the taste, but you don't have sugar. Yeah, why should you be a slave to something that you never even used to do? It was introduced to you. Wewe unaonanga ng'ombe wakililia sukari, unaonanga other animals crying for sugar. So, and I'm not saying you don't take sugar, because now you're going to start, ameanza kusema maneno, because you have a small brain, you can see it from that angle, because you like arguing instead of taking action. What I'm saying is, the only way to win is to start building. And the only way to start building is to start changing your mind. And changing your mind is free for you. This is your natural spiritual gift, where you can just wake up one day and decide to change your mind. Once you change your mind, you change your situations and circumstances. You change the things, people, places, and things that surround you, okay, that affect you. You can decide one day kuhama. Nani alikuambia huwezi hama? You can wake up one day and decide, no, I'm moving away from this area. I've suffered enough. I'm going to go and start something new. Si hata ndege anakujanga siku moja anakuta mti imekatwa. The bird never complain atukutanga. Nini utu tundege tuko hapa kwa waya ni nini? Atunajua utu ndege unajua ile mti ilikuwa hapa kubwa ilikatwa na watu wa China wakijenga barabara Sasa utu ndege juu nesti zao zilikuwa hapo ndio unatuona hapa. No, you go and you build another place. The relationship is not working for you, you keep it moving. The people, places, and things surrounding you are not working for you, keep it moving. Learn from nature, learn from the animals, learn from outside, go outside and see. Wewe umeharibu nest ngapi za wanyama wewe? Sparrow imekuja imejenga kwako, wasp, ati hapa kuna nyuki umebomoa. They don't come every day, unatuharibia. No, they keep it moving. So you see, it's easy. You just have to think like that. You just have to change your mind and understand that there's a world view, their world view. Okay, you are in the world, but not of the world. That's how it should be. Be in the world, but not of the world. Because we have two things in this world. You have to understand there's a world view, what you call the new world order and everything, aka how we view the world, how we do business, entertainment, education, blah, 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 education. And then there's the way of the world now, as above, so below, our Father who art in heaven. The earth itself is different from the world. We have the earth as an existence, as a planet, as a chakra, as a Gaia, Tiamat, whatever you want to call this place that we live in. Okay? As virtues and principles represented by earth. Earth is not what you see. These trees is a representation of earth, growth, green, nature, dirt, accumulation, softness. All those are virtues and principles on the periodic table that make earth now, the chakra. Then we have the world. So the world is the world view, how we do business, how we do entertainment, that's their world view. That's not your world view. And it's not what you do, it's how you do. So once you have discernment on that, you can decide, do I belong to the world view or do I belong to the world? That's your choice that you have to make. Okay? Now, so like I said, it's an open panel. There's a request button there to be a guest. If you want, you can request. You can come up here. You can have a conversation. Or however, it's an open panel. That's why I said it's an open panel. So I'll be talking, but then again, it's not about having a particular. For example, a lot of people are limited when it comes to understanding themselves. For you to understand your internal, for you to understand what you call the yin world, not the yang, for you to understand your yin world, your internal world, the spiritual world, you have to know thyself. Now, for you to know thyself, you have to know who you are as a star. You have to know your astrology. There's no shortcut. You have to know your element. Some of you don't even know what element you are. You ask me, so what's your zodiac? I think I'm May. I was born in May. No. So what's your element? What does that make you? It's common sense. A child born in winter is going to grow up very differently from a child born in summer by default. The child born in winter will be more covered in clothes, atakuwa amefungwa sana, atashikwa sana. The child born in summer will be left open with no clothes. So those two will go by default what are developed very differently. One will be used to getting touched, getting covered, being pampered. The other one will be more left out. So kama hiyo peke yake, just that in itself is going to give you two different characters. Think about now when you go into the deeper natures. Where was your sun sign? What was your moon sign? What's your rising? Na vitu kaa hizo. To understand yourself, you have to know thyself first. Now, people are going to come and say, but astrology is witchcraft. But you are going to church on Sunday, aren't you? Oh, rituals and spell and everything. But the last time I checked, a ritual is something that you do recurring every other time. So going to church every Sunday, that's a ritual. Oh, but this is witchcraft. But you have the Holy Communion, okay, whereby you are turning blood into bread. That's divine imagination. That's witchcraft, okay. Oh, but so learn these things for yourself, not how they want you to think based on what you call the world view. Okay, that's their world view. You should have your own view. So let's see in the comments if there's any question before we proceed. You see now there's someone here who's atianiambia you speak from a point of privilege. How many people can afford land or even own land? You see now where the mind is. Kwa sababu anafikiria land ni land hii venye nimesema, anafikiria sasa ni shamba. Yet your mind, this is your land. You can create from your mind. You don't need a land. How many people don't have land and they have created wealth? You see now how you are stuck on the 3D. Sasa ameanza kufikiria naongea tu shamba ya kulima. Ndio nimesema kulima na kumeza chakula, sasa yeye anafikiria tu ni hiyo shamba naongea. I'm not even talking about this land. Look at your weather has been fucked up. It's not, when is the last time you had enough rains? Sasa unaona sasa you are already caged. You are talking from a point of privilege. How many people have land? I'm living on an acre of land. This is not my land. I've rented this place on a piece of acre of land. This is all rented, 1 acre. Niko na shamba. I have herbs here growing everything. I have animals. I have dogs. This is rented. Am I complaining? No, I'm paying rent. This is not even my land. I'm paying rent. Sasa hiyo ndio ile mentality tuko nayo, victim mentality. But how can we don't have land? Keep it moving. How many people can afford to leave the city and go back home? Wewe, you don't belong to this page.
Who is that? About to protest.
I'm sure our bodies need sugar. Mimi sijakwambia usikule. Sinaona sasa the mentality. I didn't tell you not to eat sugar cane. There's many forms of sugars. I'm just talking about processed sugar. But you see, the thing is, you are so used to not looking for solutions. You're so used to looking just for adding on to that. Now, because I said you don't need that sugar. Our bodies need sugar. Who said you didn't need sugar in that form? Do you think hard work equates success in Africa? Sasa tena imekuwa ni story ya Africa. Here we go again with the mentality. It's all about the Africans now. Sasa tena imekuwa ni ya Africa. How to not come back? You are coming back here. We are living here as a collective. If hard equated to success, watu wa mjengo wangekuwa millionaires. That is the wrong way of thinking. That is the wrong way of thinking. You think Kenyans don't work hard? Of course you are not working hard. It's not about working hard. It's about working smart. It's not about working hard. It's about working smart. What's your view in the recent alien UFO activity? That's all fake. Hakuna kitu kama aliens or UFOs. That's all fake. That's all planned. Let me give you an example. So right now, they are creating some crisis actors. Right now, kuna watu wanalipwa crisis actors. So these crisis actors, maybe you don't know about crisis actors. Crisis actors are these actors who are always somewhere where there's a disaster. You had your own crisis actor in Kenya. There's this guy mwenye alikuwanga na sunglasses mpaka ikakuwa scandal. Alikuwanga mahali, a witness. He was witnessing everywhere. An accident, mnamuona TV amewitness. Terrorism, amewitness. They are called crisis actors. Right now, they are going to come up with crisis actors who are going to say they are witnessing aliens at night. It's always someone witnessing an alien in the middle of the night. Why don't they come during the day? And atasema something stupid like, you know, I was in the garage in the middle of the night repairing my car. Niambie nani analipeyengi gari garage in the middle of the night yake mwenyewe peke yake. Of course watu watasema, you know, but you know there's some people who work during the day, at night they are in the middle. If you work during the day, do you think in the middle of the night utakuwa garage ukifix gari ama utakuwa umelala? I also didn't inherit everything. Let me see if you have any. Yeah, that guy of Nikama video, Nikama drama. Wanaitango crisis actors. They're everywhere around the world. There was one in I think in the US, this lady. Every school shooting, but unajua watu usahau. So, juu hautarudi kwa news ya last week uone, kumbe yeye ndiye alikuwa witness. Something happens, unamuona kwa TV, you know, I was buying flowers, I had a loud explosion. After a week mnasahau. They are called crisis actors. There's something called, someone is called, I think, Ton or something. He's asking me, you think everyone can afford to have a work smart mentality? Give me a break, man. He belongs here. Kuna mtu anasema Ton, you clearly don't belong here. No, he's a baby. Let him stay in the comments. Don't even blast him. He's a child. These are the people who like complaining. Let him stay in the chats. No, no. Anasema, you think governments exist for joke or they have no purpose at the victim mentality? Sinona is a child. He believes in the government. I bet you he was vaccinated like 4 or 5 times. So leave Ton alone. Sinaona anasema we pay taxes man, hand and taxes. You see he believes in taxes. So wacha akae hapo. Leave Ton alone. Let him type. He likes typing and complaining. Let him complain and do all he believes in the government. He believes in taxes. Okay, so you can't change his mind. He's of this world. So he's of this world. He belongs to the world. So let him be. We are in the world, but we are not of the world. We participate, we pay our taxes, we do all these things. However, we do understand what it means. So let him stay. Msimuingilie tena. Sasa. So, he's very bitter. Ananiambia complaining, you have no tangible thing coming out of your mouth. But he's still in my space. Imagine, he's telling me that, but he's still listening to me. He's been here for some minutes. He's a wounded child. Someone is asking, what's your view of the matrix? So the matrix is the fabric that you are trapped into. So it's not like a machine that is working. The matrix is what you are entrapped into. And everybody has their own different view of the matrix. So if you're in the matrix, but you are not suffering, for you belong to the ruling class, it's a good thing to be in the ruling class. It's a good thing to have cars outriding you and chase cars na vitu kaa hizo zikikuongoza. That's a beautiful thing. However, if you're on the opposite side, whereby you are the slave, you are building for this, then it feels different. So it depends on where you are. Now, when you go and you watch the movie, The Matrix, now let's go to the movie.
Come work for us, right? The same reason we metaja about they send our sons and daughters to war.
Yeah.
What they have created.
What they have created.
But they don't go to that war.
They don't go to the war.
So
it's your children.
You join the military, American military, British Army. They even give you citizenship. Then they send you to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
A war they have started in Afghanistan to kill innocent Afghanistan and Iranians and Iraq.
But who's benefiting? Who's selling the weapons?
It's
them.
And then when there's war there, what do? They come for your oil?
Yes, they come for your oil.
Stabilized. A good example is Libya. In Africa now, Sasa.
Now you see now Monjiro now can't even work. She was working, now she's already in the conversation.
Mimi personally sahizi hata KRA itake kujua kwenye inaishi. Mimi hakuna tax yangu ninakulipa. You know hakuna mahali kwani mtanipeleka wapi? Mimi as long as mtoto wangu ati shule mimi ndio ninalipa.
Wananiambia connection is gone. Are we back? Is the connection back or we are still away? Naona wananiambia network problem.
Africa hawafai kuwa wanalipa tax ya mtu.
Are we back or tumehang?
Of course, lazima ihang.
Yeah? Oh, we are back. Oh, we are back. Yeah, so when you change the people's mind is when we can change ourselves. So, and this is going to take some time, but it's a good thing that we are getting there. And people slowly. So once you change the people's mind, then we can teach the people how to build. Like people can learn how to build for themselves. We are back, eh? Yeah, shout out, we are back. It's back. I'm using data because my router iko kwa nyumba huko kwa sitting room, haiwezi fika hapa. So that's why I'm on data. Ndio maana inaweza katika. But it's all good. It's all good. Someone is saying, I don't pay taxes or tithe. Don't tithe. I won't tell you what to do with your taxes. That's on you. Hiyo sitakuambia. There's enough money already. Usiambiwe ni maneno ya taxes. There's already enough money. Anyway, story for another day. The hijab mask. So we say this is an open panel, so you can ask your questions. We say this is an open panel, or you can request. So I'm not going to drop any esoteric wisdom today. I'm saving it for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the soul group meetup, physical meetup that we usually have twice a month. So I'm saving my thought for tomorrow. Sasa, so today ndio ni open panel. There's an open panel Saturday. Your questions, any conversations you have, you can request. Shout out to everyone joining. Okay. Shout out to everyone joining. Any conversation. We esoteric people, we park everywhere. Any conversation, we can have a talk. However, still, if there's no conversation, kama hamuna question, it's also a beautiful thing if you don't have any questions. It's also a beautiful thing if you don't have anything you want to know. It means you know, which is a good thing. We can also rest it. We can also end the live. So see, lazima. Get what I'm saying? It's on you. But again, at the same time, sitaki kufungulia mtu ako na swali and then nifunge aseme, oh shit, nilikuwa nataka kuuliza. So I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. If there's any question, any esoteric question, if anyone wants to request. If not, in the next 5 minutes, we close the live and we keep it going. So, and shout out to everyone who's tapping the screen or not. It's not even that important. What does it mean to know the truth that sets you free? That's a beautiful question. I haven't been asked that question in a long time. So the truth that sets you free is the truth that sets you free from a mind state. Okay? Or what you can call a way of viewing the world that is biased. Okay? To set you free means, so whatever you believe in, whatever you know, there's some things that once you know them, they bind you. Thou shalt not. Thou shalt not. Thou shalt not. So, since you are bound on that, you are not free to do your God's duties and responsibilities. For example, religion locks a lot of people from knowing things. I was reading Brahma, the book of Brahma. Brahma, was it 142 or 14 something? And it's talking about the cows. So I was reading Brahma about the cows and how the cows... Now this is mythology. You have to understand it was about mythology. The mythology of the cows according to Brahma na vitu kaa hizo. But it was talking about how cows are here to pay for their karmic debt. Like ng'ombe, literally ng'ombe. Why we choose them. For example, the Hindus, they choose cows as a deity na vitu kama hizo. When you come to the Kikuyus, we use cows for ritual. We take the young bull, unapelekea nko yako. The female cow, whatever, inakuanga associated with the women. Tukoga ni mori. Inasema it takes 9 months for a calf to be born. A child takes another 9 months, whatever, 10 months. Na mandizi. So all those correspondences. So when I went to Brahma, I actually found out the reason why us as Kikuyus or other cultures even decided to be using cows, because there's many animals. Usiniambia ati atunge domesticate buffalo. It's just that we choose the cow, not the buffalo. There's nothing hard with breaking a buffalo. If you can break an elephant, do you think it's hard to break a buffalo? If human beings can break a buffalo, if human beings can, not a buffalo, an elephant, if human brain can break a lion, inakuwa tame, inakaa kwa nyumba, what is a buffalo? But there's correspondences as to why we use these animals. So, religion makes you become biased. Religion makes you think or lock you in one way. So to be free means you are free indeed. You are free to think outside the box and to find these things for yourselves. I'll talk about this book, Hard Book. You've come across it? No, I would really like to know what it talks about. I haven't seen it. So one day we'll do a whole esoteric lecture on that thing that I heard from Brahma about the books, because when I threw in some numerology, niliweka some numerology based on what they are talking about, the 5 billion. So the number 5, what it means, 4 billion. It's not about the zeros, it's the numbers they are using. 4, we know what 4 means. So nikakuja to, and then I was able to say, oh, now I even know why the Kikuyus decided Mori already, Iria, ngome inatupea maziwa. Esoterically speaking, now you decode why we decided to go with that. So That is what it means to be free, where your mind is free to roam and you can will down, may thy will be down, knowledge that can make sense now. Not just assuming at unajua tulipewa ng'ombe na Mungu, alikupea wapi wewe ng'ombe? So that is what it means to be free or to be set free. And shout out to Akani Mystic. Shout out to you. So yeah, I read it on Brahma. I was reading the book of Brahma about cows as a mythology. Listen to mythologies. I have a whole mythology audio book that sometimes I just put it. It has the African mythology, the Greek mythology, all these mythologies. When you listen to them, when it comes to animals, and ni kama shamba la wanyama, it makes you think why these people would consider these animals. Why these people would consider these animals. Then your brain, because you are wired, that is why they say you are fear-free and wonder-free made. Na watu wanaambiangwa hivyo. That is how you know you are fear-free and wonder-free made. You are going to go to bed. And you are going to wake up one day knowing. You just wake up knowing. You're like, I know why. You didn't read it in a book. You didn't see it anywhere. Now, you can find it in a book. Now utaenda utafungua mahali kitabu, random, or even a movie. It will be something very random, or even some music. You could be listening to some music, they say a particular word, and you're like, oh shit, I know why they said it like that. And that's now how you know. That's how you come into knowing. But to know, you have to say no to what you know. You go to sleep to what you know. And you get open to new things. Sasa. Shout out to you. Thank you. We have a guest. Let's welcome the Hijal.
Hello, Jenga. Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
how are you? Kuna matata.
I'm fine, thank you. And hi, every one of you. Mine is a question. Like, there's a time I asked you how we can connect back to nature. Most of the time, you normally say go outside with the trees, nature, and sijuko kwa maji nini. But most of us are, like me personally, I'm employed I work 6 days a week. My only off day is Friday. And while I'm working, like niko kwa room tu, like the moment naweza toka ni maybe at lunch time, ama nikienda kuota job, which maybe ni 30 minutes nirudi. Like, so for those of us like me, how can we connect with nature? How can I know this planet Mars isijiko na conjunction na another planet? How do you guys know these things?
Nice question. Hata nimetumiwa na ndege saa hii. That just put it on me. So there are some people, this is how you can do it. There are some people who you have to figure out how to pass time at your work. So this is how you do it as a ritual. And this is even how you get out of the employment situation you are. So you have to not complain about your, for example, when you may explain, umesema vizuri sana, that you're stuck in an office 4/7, you only get to live up to this. So you're already coming from a point of regretting that kind of thing. So you already don't like what you're doing. However, you have to change that mind, whereby, this is something I have to do, because depending on the situation, the circumstances, based on safety, security, stability, shelter that you need to accomplish, this is the only way to do it. So now, change your mindset about that. So when you are to a place of work, you are not there physically. You are there physically, but your mind is not there. So you are doing your work, but your mind is not. This is how an example would be when you're having a very good time and the day just seems to end. You are like, oh shit, the day is gone. Hey, siku ya leo imeisha haraka. Why? Imeisha haraka because you are enjoying your time. Think about it. Think about the days that drag for such a long time. They become so long because whatever you are doing, you didn't want to be doing it. You are just there. Unasema, hey, masaa ni saa ngapi wewe tuende? So it has to be something that you are doing in your mind. This is alchemy. This is deep witchcraft, whereby you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, but now you are transforming that work. Let's say, for example, let's say you are doing bookkeeping for your boss. So you are doing bookkeeping for your boss, but you're not doing it for your boss. In your mind, you are imagining that this is your money. This is your money. You are making. So this is your books. You are balancing, and you have to have so much faith in it that it becomes you. This is you. So you start enjoying making this money for yourself. Don't look at it like nimeandikwa na huyu mdosi, I'm doing it for them. No, you transform. Hii ndio inaitangwa transmutation now. Now this is deep alchemy. You are transmuting that energy to work for you. You start going to work with a smile. Utakuwa you are looking forward to get to that job because in your mind you are learning the math. You are learning to balance the books for yourself. So all these millions, you imagine them in your account. And what will happen, surely, because your subconscious doesn't even know whether you are joking or it's true, it's going to create a situation or a circumstance, a person, place, or thing akuja into your life to make you start your own life. Someone is going to consult you, akwambie, excuse me, sinaonanga ukifanya kazi na ile, nataka kuanza hiyo biashara, na nataka wewe ukuje, utuonyeshe venye tutafanya, na wewe ndio utakuwa boss. So it's, you change your mind. Mimi nasema the greatest gift you have is to change your mentality, change your mind about everything, and everything else will change. You'll get to a point where by now you'll be working from holiday. Sasa utakuanga uko holiday, uko Naivasha, working every day. That which you wanted to do, experience the sun being in nature, utakuwa sasa unaifanya ukifanya kazi yako. It may sound so easy saying it because every day is an uphill battle, but you have to start somewhere. You have to start some. Once you start doing it like that, mimi nakuguarantee, you start doing it like that, it's gonna happen. That's how people are able to manifest lives whereby they don't go to work and everything seems to be okay and everything always works. You always have, you never lack. It may not look like how people want it to be, like, because they think that is success, but wewe utakuanga ni yule mtu hauna deni, hauna loan na kukimbiza, you never lack, you're always on holiday, your children are going to the best school, if you want to go and watch movie, you will, you want to have dinner, you will, like things will just fall into place because you have psyched your mind, psyched your mind, psyched your mind. Try God. Even your Bible tells you, okay, oh, you of little faith, that's what you need to do. Have faith, believe, an imagination that goes beyond the normal. Practice it with all your mind, na ita happen, and I'm guaranteeing you. And then this is the other thing: learn yourself. So you learn practicing the rituals as above, so below. Most of you want to reap when you shouldn't be reaping. There's a time for planting. There's a time for sowing. There's a time for everything. Right now, naona my dog is here, imekuja imelala hapa. Hii ni ile ya nje. Now is the time for the dog to sleep. Usiku haiku imelala, ilikuwa on toes. So right now inajua ni a time to take a nap. Okay? And you look in nature, even the other one iko hapa. So learn the disciples or the disciplines. The disciples, the 12 disciples ritual. When are you planting? We plant when the sun is in Aries, not just outside. And this is even a good one for that guy mwenye amekuwa anajiita Tony anakuja kusema, oh, unajua, see, it's not about hard work. The people who have hacked life, they don't work hard. They just do things the right way. Wewe ukienda kupanda wakati wa jua, you are going to work even harder. Utamwagilia maji, hazitamea, they'll be out of season and everything. But mwenye anapanda anaangalia kunataka kunyesha, they sow the seeds. That's how you do it. Practice the 12 disciples ritual. Know when to plant. Sun in Aries, the sun is in Taurus. Right now we have the sun in Gemini. In 9 days, the sun is going to go into Cancer. So when the sun is in the 4th house of Cancer, as above, so below, what are you supposed to be doing for yourself? Wewe sasa mwenyewe. Relationship, what are you supposed to be doing? So those are the things you're supposed to be doing. Una get? So you have to, hakuna shortcut, just know thyself and then practicing it harder. It's easy. It's not, ni kama tu kubreathe. Person calling me na niko live. Angojea nimalize live but fuck you. Can wait. You get it?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so you know about the 12 purpose ritual there, yeah?
Why, Jenga? I don't know them esoterically. I just know them as people. Just like the way we were taught. So unless you can give us the breakdown of how to watch, to take them metaphorically, yes.
Let me buy then let me okay, let that be the lesson for today. Let me teach people the 12 disciples ritual. Let me buy some data and then we continue. Acha ninunue data tuendelee right now.
Okay, I don't know how to move from the live way. Shamba nayo.
So now, so I hope you have your books and your pens because I'm going to go very fast about this. So we all know that the sun or the year does not begin when their calendar is beginning. Their year begins that time, aka their world view. Their world view, that year of the world starts at midnight of December. Okay, that's their. Remember, they created their own calendar. That's not your calendar. They even say it's the Gregorian calendar. You are not a Gregory, so that's their own thing. Si ati hata wanakuficha, wanakuambia that's their Gregorian calendar. They came with the calendar. You had your own calendar, the lunar calendar. So now, when the year is beginning, the year does not begin in January. The year begins when the stars, the sun, and the moon is aligned, or what you call vernal equinox. Or when in the morning you're looking at the sunrise, the sun is right there between your nose. Or when it's midday and the sun is above your head, your shadow is directly below your feet. Let me mute you, Hiljamist. How do I mute Hiljamist? Oh, she's gone. So now, when the sun is directly above your head during midday, ukiangalia your shadow, umekanyanga your shadow. That means everything is in the middle. It's in your Bible. Vernal equinox is in Exodus. Can't remember exactly where Exodus, wherever it is. That's the beginning of the year. Or spring. So when you look outside, what do you see? It's around March 23. The clouds are heavy. The clouds are pregnant with rain. So it's about to go down. So God, whatever you want to call it, whatever the spring being, whatever you want to call it, is getting ready to plant. So when God is planting, you're also supposed to be planting. What are you planting? You're either planting a thought, an idea, or an imagination. Could be a relationship, could be some business or something. And now, when I'm giving you, this is free, esoteric, forbidden knowledge. It's called the 12 disciples ritual or the 12 disciplines ritual that you're supposed to follow to make things manifest in your life, esoterically speaking. So if I'm giving this, if you're not liking the screen, if you're not keeping the algorithm up, nikiona hii live inataka kucrash in a struggle, I'll just end it and be gone. You cannot be casting pearls to swine. That is what the Bible says. Stop casting pearls to swine, aka stop just giving people information if they don't need the information. So this live, me taking it to the 12, to the end of the disciples, will be based on how you keep the algorithm up for this video up there. So nikiona, if you don't feel like tapping the screen, and I hate to be begging people to be tapping the screen because there's nothing that comes from these likes. Easy likes as in ID, they are just keeping the algorithm up. So when you're liking the screen, you are keeping the algorithm, you are showing the video that it's relevant, you want to keep watching it. If you don't tap it, it'll crash because there's so many things being pushed out there. So anyway, it's on you. This is your free class. These are the things we learn tomorrow. So group. Wale wanakujanga kesho, one-on-one, Sunday. So, when the sun is in the first house, or when the sun is in what you call Aries. So Aries, we are talking about the zodiac signs, okay? The first house. or when the sun is in your crown chakra, which is considered the head space, the beginning, or what you call in the Bible, Yahweh, or the worship of Yahweh, which is a lot of sun worship, the Gikoyo, and all the people who look to the east, that is what they are worshipping, which is between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., aka Ruororo Gitema or Riwari Kirada for the Gikoyos. Shout out to the Gikoyos. That doesn't make you special. Now, when the sun is in the first house, God is planting. So March 23, Veno equinox, what you call spring, the beginning of things, it rains heavily. Hiyo inakuanga mvua ya kwanza. So what are you supposed to be doing? Someone is saying, hi Richie, shout out to you. I can't exactly see who this is. And Nyahiko or something, shout out to you. So when the sun is in the first house, wewe kama upandi kwa shamba, yule mjinga alikuja kusema hapa ati kama una shamba, you can plant a business. That is the time. Sema ulikuwa unataka kufungua butchery. That is the time sasa unafungua your butchery. Okay? Unaenda unatafuta nyumba, unapaka nyumba rangi, kila kitu, you plant with God. After 30 days, which is the degrees that we have divided that monad, it takes 30 days for the sun to move from one side to the other. After 30 days, the sun moves to the next house. Ile mnasemanga mwezi mwingine, which is ni mwezi tunafuatanga luna, but ninyi mko kwa kalenda yao. The sun moves to the second house. AKA, the sun moves into Taurus, or what you call Baal, or the Canaanite energy in the Bible. What do I mean? Second house, Taurus, ni throat area. Okay? So, what do you do with the throat? You speak things. Okay? You anchor things down. You confess your love with your throat. You speak things into existence. So, when it moves to the second house, ni wakati ya ku-anchor things down here. Make them make sense. Wewe ukiangalia nje, inakuanga wakati wa kulimia. That is when mnalimianga. Si ni mwezi wa 4 hapo tumepita after ile mvua. Kila mtu alikuwa analimia. I remember nilikuwa na shida. Kuna mahali nilikuwa na mafundi. Nimekosa mafundi. Waniambia tungojee next week. Nikiwauliza kwa nini, wanasema mvua imenyesha sana. Si mvua imenyesha sana, wanakimbizana na mashamba zao kwanza walimie. Hata huyu kama ungetaka mtu wa kulimia unakosa. Kwa sababu kila mtu analimia kwake. The sun is in the second house of Taurus. Sasa wewe una shamba, ni business yako, ni relationship. So what are you supposed to be doing? That is the time that you are supposed to be anchoring your feelings down with that person. Kama ni February, the second month, whatever you want to call it, you do rituals that pertain to anchoring things down. When the sun moves into Gemini, or the third house, sasa ndio iko, the sun is in Gemini right now. Mebakisha 9 days tutoke. Tumekuwa hapa for some time. Or the third house. So this is your Sodom and Gomorrah. The Gemini is considered the twins. It's a mutable air sign where ni about communication. That is when nasa ile biashara ulifungua ama ile relationship uko nayo, that is when you talk about it. That is the time for you to chit chat. So when you go to the Bible, read about the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. This is what you are supposed to be doing here. That is the energy that we have. The energy of Sodom and Gomorrah is in the air. Whereby watu walipewa virgins, wakasema wataki virgins, they want the men. These are allegories. These are not actual virgins, people or men. A virgin represents Mary. So what is the meaning of Mary, esoterically speaking? Mary is a new land, place ujaenda. In Kikuyu inaitangwa Kireti, or a forest yenye haijalimwa tena. That is considered Mary, a virgin land. Once you go till that land, you make it dirty. Unaleta mahindi, it becomes bloody, a bloody Mary. That's a ritual that you can do. So, Mary, or a new land, wale wenye walipewa virgins wakati wa Sodom and Gomorrah, when the sun is Gemini, means they were given new ideas and thoughts, but they're like, we don't care about new ideas and thoughts. We want these thoughts and feelings that are here, aka the men. We want to do the men. We want to deal with these thoughts. Kama ni biashara yako, you still want to be seen for that business that you set in January. since unajua kila kitu iko na season, ukipanda mbegu unafaa unapalilia hiyo mbegu inafika mpaka mwisho. There's something with us Africans. You do not see your goals to the end. You have short-end goals. You have short-end business plans. You're already coming with trial. You are not sick. You come to businesses with a plan B. You should never have a plan B. No one should tell you about having a plan. The moment you have a plan B, you have fucked everything up. Ati natafuta kazi. Nikipata kazi ya kwanza ya shamba, naweza sikia mzuri. No. You have fucked it up. Never have a plan B. Of course, kuna watu wata, but unajua plan B you can follow. No, esoterically speaking, that is you putting doubt on your belief and imaginations. You should know what you want and go for it. Even your Bible tells you. He who is free indeed. And then even your Bible tells you, with all your mind, with all your heart, with all whatever they tell you in the Bible, even your Bible tells you, you have to go in wholeheartedly. Now, the sun is about to leave Gemini in a few days, meaning we are going into Cancer. So when the sun moves into Cancer after 30 days, we'll be moving into what you call the 4th house. So what is the Cancer sign? Or what is the 4th house? So these are things to do with the home area. Remember, we started with Aries, the headspace, first. We went to Taurus, the 2nd house. We went to the twins, your shoulders, Gemini season. Now in your heart area, or what you call Cancer, or home, or Bethlehem. So we'll be dealing with matters of the home. So now your business now you can communicate to people around home. Remember, ukianza biashara hukuambia watu wa nyumbani uko na biashara. Never run to tell people about the plans that you have, even family people. Usikuange na haraka. Wewe Koko ametoka nje. Acha tu acheze, mtamuosha miguu. Koko the pooper, the dog. So even your family should not know about your businesses. Remember, your family can also be your enemy. Before you start saying familia yako itakuwa enemy namna gani? Wewe umeona wamama wanaruka kwa damu na mtoto kwa mgongo, na huyo ni mama yako. Where you have seen fathers killed by their own sons. You have seen sons or fathers selling land and anaacha watoto nje. So before you start coming up in your Christian mentality that family is everything, no, family is not everything. And your actual family is not even your spiritual family. Those are just parents or guardians. And maybe your mother is your biggest enemy. Before you bishane, understand that kuna wanawake wanalalanga na vijana, their own children. There are women who have been found in bed, in their daughter's beds. Okay? So before you start even coming with all that drama, understand I'm picking from Vitunajua. I know women who have gone home, they have found their husbands in bed with their own mothers. You know their fathers who have been found in bed with their own daughters. So before unaweza kusema family ni family, no life, then understand everything else. But this video is not about that. Now, so when the sun moves into Cancer, which is the home area, which is the heart area, there are those things that you're supposed to be doing relating to your business, the plan that you started. Pengine ikuwa biashara. Some people don't need to work. Si mko na meme hapa TikTok nasema, you know what, they think working hard, but let me tell you, you don't have to work hard. All those memes are real. You don't have to work hard. You have to work hard for their worldview, but it shouldn't be like that. Otherwise, unaona kama ndege zinawafanya, unasikia zinaimba tu huku, sikia. Birds are enjoying themselves. They are not working hard. They are not struggling. Okay? It's only humans who have to pay rent. It's only humans who have to pay here. Because this is their worldview. Anyway, back to the video. So, when the sun moves into Cancer, home area, as a business, that is when you are supposed now to communicate your business to your home. Nilisahau kuambia, turudi pale kibiashara. When the sun is in the 1st house, you are planting your seed, whatever you want to be seen for. When the sun moves to the 2nd house, Taurus, you're supposed to be anchoring that business down, doing everything to make that business imesimama, umeichora, umepaka rangi, umeandika jina, vitu kama hizo. March, the 3rd month, Gemini communicating, you're communicating about your business. Kila mtu akipigia simu, ukichukua una communicate your business. Hello? jenga na jenga. Yes, this is your spiritual sensei. So you are communicating about that. A lot of people maybe sijui kama wame notice, but if you notice wenye nimekuwa nikipost Facebook, TikTok, wherever, mmeona nimeongezea hashtag jenga na jenga, because when the sun is in Gemini, I'm supposed to be speaking more about myself. So that's a ritual. When the sun moves into Cancer, there'll be something else. When the sun moves into the 5th house, or what you call your Leo sun sign, your solar plexus. Okay? So what happens when the sun is in the 5th house, or what you call the tribe or the lion of Judah na vitu kaa hizo? As a business, sasa umekubalishwa kuringa na hiyo biashara yako. As above, so below. The sun is in the pride of lion, in the 5th house, is the solar plexus. Jua inapenda kuonekana. So that particular sign, you can be seen. God is allowing you to get away with that kind of behavior. Okay? The sun again itatoka hapo after 30 days ingie what you call Virgo, or the 6th house. So what is number 6? Number 6 means to be paid attention to be heavily paid attention to, negative or positive. Wengine wanasema number 6 ni number of creation, because you're spending time in that creation has to come out, all the way to 6 being correlated to sex. Now Virgo is the middle of now the first 6 signs na the other 6 signs. Kwa hivyo ni waist area. Ndio maana Virgo is represented by your waist area. These are the organs that can go below the water. Kutoka kwa waist unaweza ingia kwa maji. Kutoka kwa waist huwezi ingia kwa maji. These organs are in the lungs and the heart, they cannot go into the water. Okay? So now, Virgo is connecting the organs below the horizon na zenye ziko juu. So Virgo is about connectiveness, connecting vitu, zina connect. So around that time, you are supposed to be connecting with other businesses that are related to your business. For example, when the sun moves into Virgo, I'll be doing a lot of collaborations. Hata watu wata notice kwa video zangu. I'll be having people from South Africa, people from Brazil, other healers from other places, because as above, so below is the time for connecting. So I'll be connecting with other spiritual healers. I'll be connecting with other practitioners and everything for whatever I'm doing. Okay? When the sun moves into Virgo, now you're going into Libra, or the 7th house, or that energy of being judged, or what you call Maat. Okay, Libra ndio mnaitanga Maat, huko Kemet. Ndio ile sign mnachoranga 2 wings, two equal wings. It is when the sun, the day is equal to the night. So we have 12 days of light, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of night time. So ni 12, so the day is equal to the night. Inaitwa Libra, ama Maat, ama the scale. Wale watu wa Kemet wanakuonyesha ati sasa scale imetoshanisha. Kama ni Maat anachorwa na wings zimetoshana left and right, meaning they are equal. So when the sun moves into Libra, okay? So what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be balancing now. You're supposed to be checking your books. You're supposed to be checking your business. Is it working? Ile ulipanda pale tukianza mwaka. Is it going the way it's supposed to be? Kila kitu iko na time yake. So that is the time sasa kuangalia if your business is working or not working. What is working and not working? Is this selling? Is this not selling? Are we crashing? If we are crashing, then we can end this live. Because I think we are crashing. I can't see anything on the screen. The screen has gone blank. There's nothing on the screen. Casting pearls to swine, eh? Jega mudhaka, wasting your breath again. You have to stop doing this. Weka hizi vitu subscription. Mtu akitaka anakuja subscription, anaacha donation, anasoma, anaenda. Stop wasting your time on this ticker. Nimeona we are live, nimeona tuko. Nimerudi, comment imerudi. Hamkuwa mna comment, nimeona sawa. Tunakuona bro, we are taking notes. Always back, we are taking notes. Shout out to you. Yeah, take notes and tap the screen ama yanguke. So now, when the sun now moves into Libra, your Maat scale, your balancing, this is when you're supposed to check, is this thing working? And remember venye nimesema, it's not just business. Maybe you just wanted to plant a relationship in the beginning. So is this relationship working now? Now you are checking. This guy that I want dating, is this working? This woman, this relationship that I started with my father, people, places and things, is it working? You are in Maat, you are in Libra, unajaribu kutoshanisha. Ndio ukitoka kutoshanisha, tutaenda wapi? Scorpio. So when the sun moves into Scorpio, which is the 8th house, key word, what is the 8th house or what is Scorpio? Scorpio is a fixated water sign. Feelings and emotions. So when the sun moves into feelings and emotions, whatever was not working, now you connect to it. So in the real life, around this time, when the sun moves into Scorpio, hapa, inakuanga around just before December, inakuanga November. Okay? So what do they do? Ukienda kwa duka hapa, wanakupeanga sales. Unakuta sukari imefungiliwa kijiko. Sabuni imewekwa kichana. Buy one, get one free. Black Friday. Sijui what sales and everything. Why? It's because they are acting as above so below. So at that particular time, you're supposed to be connecting to your customers. Wakati wa Libra uliona kama hiyo kitu inawaka. So when the sun is in Scorpio, you connect to your customer. Kama unauzanga mutura, unafaa ukikatia mutura mtu ya 10, unamuongezea 5. Ama ukikatakatia unamuongezea kachumbari, kwa sababu that is what God is also doing, as above so below. So for you, you don't see it. For you, they give you Black Friday because that's around November, December hapo when the sun is in Scorpio. So they give you Black Friday, Jumia Black Fridays and everything. Unanunua kichana, unapewa sabuni, unanunua sukari, imewekwa roiko, hata hazipelekani. You are not even thinking what is happening. But they know because they are practicing the rituals hardest. Wewe ndio shipo mentality, wewe ndio slave, ujui venye dunia inafanyanga kazi. Si wewe ni bora uhai, si wewe bora kanisa, si yote alishia msalabani. But how comes the people who are evil are still ruling you? So now, and that is the time now around that Black Friday. So now again the sun is going to move from Scorpio ingie Sagittarius. So what is Sagittarius energy? So Sagittarius is, na hiyo sasa tumetoka kwa sexual organs hapa, ujue Scorpio ni sexual organs hapa. Shout out to my females. Sexual organ, the vaginal area and the dick and pussy area. Sasa tumeenda kwa thighs, which is Sagittarius. When the sun moves into Sagittarius, now you're supposed to be on holiday. Okay? You know about the hips. So that time ndio nyinyi mnaendanga Christmas. Hata mjaijua kwa nini. So nyinyi mnaendanga Christmas holiday. You want to be close to water. Mnaenda mnajaza Mombasa beach for free. Kwa sababu as above so below, the sun is in a holiday state. Kila kitu imetulia. Around December kuna kuanga very beautiful. The weather is very beautiful. The world is chilled. But they make you live in reverse. So for you, you got it wrong. Okay? Wewe unafikiria December. Hiyo energy inaishanga December 21. So the sun is in Sagittarius till December 21. After December 21, the sun moves into Capricorn. Let me show you how it happens. So when the sun is in Sagittarius, when you're supposed to be on holiday, wewe unafaa kuenda kuona watu wenyu, watu wa familia before tarehe 21. You're supposed to travel up country. You're supposed to do all these things before tarehe 21. But since they created the calendar for you to make you live in reverse and always be left behind on the energy, wewe ndio unapewa ruhusa ya kuenda Christmas home. Oh, tarehe 21 unalipa basi tunaenda Christmas. But when you are going for Christmas, the sun has moved from Sagittarius into Capricorn. Capricorn ni Magoti, the knee area, which is the 10th house or 1 when it comes to geometry or a beginning of something new. So, from tarehe 21 December, haufai kuwa ukifikiria maneno ya Christmas, unafaa kuwa ukijenga tena, ukijitayarisha for the rain. So for them, what do they do? Nyinyi mkiwa Christmas tarehe 25, wao wanaingia Capricorn. What do they start doing? Wanaanza kuwatengenezea new licenses because you have to renew. Ni the 10th house. 10 means 1, a beginning. Capricorn, knee area is something new. So they make you new licenses. You have to renew your driving license. You have to get your fire extinguisher. You have to pay for new business licenses. Naongojea January. Remember tunaongea about December 21. Sasa ukiwa Christmas, oh Merry Christmas, we wish you on the 12 days of Christmas, my mother said the day. Sasa unakuanga late. You're always reaping the small benefit of as above so below. But wao wako mbele, wanakungojea new year, their new year. Remember, this is not the new year. New year ni March 23, spring, vernal equinox. But their new year for their calendar, because they make you live in their world, they are preparing you new licenses. So ukirukisha mwaka pale December 31st kutoka 21, that is 9 days, 12 days, ndio uruke mwaka. Wao wanakuanga washaingia Capricorn, wanakungojea renew your licenses. Why? Because the sun is in the knee area. And what is the knee? Unajua magoti ni very sturdy, very strong. It's a CEO type of initiating energy. So wao wana act as above, so below. They are doing the real rituals. Wao uko behind, where you are, where we are lagging behind. Wao ujuangi maneno. Siwe bora uhai, siwe bora Pastor Mackenzie na wengine. Shout out to Mackenzie for doing an amazing job. Jegawa Modhaka hates on all spirits. I see all spirits, whatever they are doing. I actually do admire Pastor Mackenzie for being able to mislead